Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my monthly makeup for September. I started doing these last month and I really loved it. You guys loved it as well, and I'm super excited to be back with another makeup look. And I'm not gonna lie, not much has changed from the last one, just a couple things. I've changed my powder, I've changed my blush a little bit. I kind of been going back and forth between a couple blushes, and then I changed up my eyeshadow palette. I feel like for fall, I miss this palette and I miss using it, so I pulled it back out again, which I will share. And I feel like October might be completely different for makeup because I am about out of quite a few things, so you might see some new products in the next video too. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's go ahead and get into the makeup look. All right, you guys, I just started filming without my mic on, but I only did my primer and my foundation before I caught myself. So I'm still using the Smashbox primerizer. Actually, both of these items were the same that I used in my last month's makeup. So I'm actually, you kind of see, I think I have like one use left of this. So next month I'm definitely going to be using a new one. And then also my Charlotte Tilbury, the Light Wonder foundation. I love this stuff. I'm in shade 4. It's one of my favorite foundations. I'm almost out of this as well. I think October will be like a whole new like makeup routine because I have so many new things. And this one today I only have a couple new things, but I just blended out my foundation, kind of blended it down my neck here. I'm still using these little beauty blenders. I linked them last time. They're from Amazon, and they were like $8 for about 5 of them, which is such a good deal. And they're pretty good. They're not as great as the beauty blender, but I do still love them. And they blend out makeup really nicely. So been loving them. Let's move along now that you can hear me. All right, still using my Shape Tape. I'm using Fair and Neutral, which is a little tad light for me. Just a little bit under the eyes. But I really love this stuff, and I don't think I'm going to be changing up my concealer anytime soon. If I run out, I'm going to repurchase that one because I just find it works. Like I said, this one's just a tad bright for me right now, but it's okay. Once I use that one up, we will go back to my normal shade, which is light. I like the shade light. And they've been having really good sales too on the Shape Tape. So if you need some Shape Tape, I'll have it linked down below. Alright, to set my under eyes, I'm using the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Hasn't changed. Use the same amount. Same thing. I love it. I tap my Damp Beauty sponge in it, and I just tap it underneath my under eye area just to set that concealer, and it also helps to kind of brighten it up. Sometimes when I set with powder, other powders, it kind of darkens my under eye area, but this one never does. It actually kind of even brightens it even more, which helps me look awake when I'm not. Alright, I have a new product this month that I've been using. I took my Hourglass, I've been using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light, and I really like that one, but I was finding that I was like almost too glowy during the day, and I decided to switch it up, and I really have been wanting to try this. This is the Laura Mercier, the Translucent Loose Powder in the Glow version. So it's kind of like a glowy translucent powder. And I really love her under eye one, so I really wanted to try this, and it's beautiful. It's really glowy, but not as glowy as the ambient powders by Hourglass. Those are really glowy. This sets a little bit better. So yeah, this one just sets a little bit better, but it doesn't take the glow away from my foundation, and it also doesn't add too much glow to where you're like really, really shiny. So I really love this powder. Been liking it a lot. So it's gonna stay in my routine for a while. All right, and then my eye primer is the same, the Urban Decay one, and I'm actually using a new eyeshadow palette. And sometimes this palette creases on me, but I love the palette so much. So I definitely have to wear primer with it whenever I wear this eyeshadow palette, because it can kind of crease on me throughout the day. But with the primer, it doesn't budge. Alright, bronzer. I've been using the same bronzer, the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil in the medium deep, which is a little dark for me. I hit pan on it, so I'm just gonna keep using it here. I feel like I still have a little bit of color from Self Tanner, so once I get really pale in the winter, I'll have to change it, but hopefully I can use it up before then. Alright, so I still have MAC Melba in my little drawer, but I also pulled out my favorite, it's one of my favorite fall blushes, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna stop myself from using my favorite. It's called Pinch Me. It's a little bit of a deeper, rosier color. This one's kind of like a peachy, corally color. Both matte, which I really like for the fall time. But I just love this kind of deeper tone, and I'm going to use a little bit of that today instead of Melba. But I've been kind of going back and forth with those. It's so hard to use a blush, let me tell you, because you just use the tiniest amount. Alright, same highlight, the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance highlight. I love it. I love this brush too. I'll link it below. I linked it in the last video, and I'll also link that other video in case you want to watch my other makeup look. They will be very similar. Just a couple things have changed. My powder, my blush, my eyeshadow palette. That's pretty much it. Alright, for my eyeshadow palette, I switched it up. I think one of you were so funny. You're like, how do you wear the same eyeshadow every single time? I'm like, I used to like change my whole makeup look every single day. Like from start to finish, it would be completely different every single day. But once I just got in a routine, it just was quicker and it became a lot just more seamless, and getting ready in the morning with kids, it just works a lot better. But I do have to say, I don't use up an eyeshadow palette before I switch around. I switch around quite a bit with eyeshadow palettes. I try to stick at least a month or two with an eyeshadow palette, and then I'll move on to the next one. And now that we're heading into fall, I really wanted to pull out my favorite fall palette, which is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. I love this for fall. I just love the colors. They're so pretty. But for every day, I actually just use this color right here, and then this color right here, and then that on the brow bone. But I love these like bronzy and gold shades. They're just so pretty for fall. And then that like little burgundy color, I love them. So when I want to go a little more dramatic, this is like one of my favorite palettes. But I love it for fall. It's just really easy. But I'm just gonna take that kind of medium shade right there, that little kind of warm brown shade, put it on a fluffy brush and just go into my crease there and kind of down on the lid. That's kind of what I do. And then I'm going to take that same brush, dip it in that little bit of a deeper, maybe even cooler shade of brown, and I just take that and go all over my lid. Super, super easy. I kind of use the same like technique and way as all my other palettes, though, I will say. So I'm going to take that pencil brush. I did this last month. Take that kind of medium brown shade, and I'm just going to smudge under my eye. Like I said, I never, ever wear liner underneath my under eye there. Alright, so this is like normally what I wear, but I am going to add a little bit of a bronzy shade because I am doing some other filming and I'm taking some pictures today, but I'm going to take some of that and just top it on the lid. That's all I'm going to do, nothing fancy. I have this little brush right here. I think it's a Sigma blending brush. But I just tap it. Nothing crazy. I really like this color. It's like a pretty bronze color. Alright, and then for my brow bone, I just take this shade right here, go under the brow bone. Maybe a little in the inner corners. Alright, I zoomed you guys in just a tad. I feel like my focus has been really off lately. But for brows, I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Same as last time. I'm still using, actually I got a new one of the clear brow gel because my other brow gel was out finally. But I love this stuff. It's just really easy. I have pretty dark brows, but I do find that it helps to just fill them in just a little bit. And then I always top it off with the clear brow gel. And I always brush upward. Whenever I'm doing my brows, I brush upward because it gives it a more feathery, kind of more natural look. I am going to throw a little bit of liquid liner on. This is a Kat Von D tattoo liner. You can find me. I actually just bought a new one. I got it at Ulta. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. They have Kat Von D at Ulta now, which is really, really nice. And then I'm going to go in with my favorite lash combo. I think I use this in every makeup video and it's really boring that I do. But the Dior Lash Primer is my favorite of all time, and the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. Can't go wrong. Alright, in last month's makeup video, I did share that I don't really wear lipstick, and that's still true. But I did share a lip combo that I kind of wear on camera and in pictures and things like that I get questions on. I always wear MAC's Whirl lip pencil. It's my favorite lip pencil. And then I always wear MAC Blankety. But for fall, I've actually been kind of switching it up a little and I've been wearing this a little bit more. It's the Bare Minerals. It's one of their like liquid lipsticks in the color Slay. It's kind of like a bit more mauvier. So I really like this one for the fall. But my all-time favorite nude is MAC Blankety. It is my absolute favorite. Alright, so I'm just gonna line my lips. Whenever I use the liquid lipstick, I always kind of wipe it off and use just a very, very small amount because it can get really drying and goopy. But I love this color. Alright guys, so that is this month's makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll have all the products and things I used linked down below in the description box. If you want to keep seeing these, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and stay if you're not, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!